Well, hello there, YouTube, and welcome to a very damp 41 degree December the 13th. Hey, it's Friday the 13th. Is it possible to have a Friday the 13th in December? That's Christmas month. This is what it is. But, yeah, very comfortable out here at 41 degrees. It's a light rain, but I think it's going to be this way all day. It's just going to be wet. It'll be a wet day. Well, remember I was telling you the beginning of next week, the cursive writing, all that stuff, that beginning of the week it's supposed to be sunny. Well, I don't know about Vancouver, but it's definitely not here. It looks like it's rain for the foreseeable future. So, as far as it goes, I think it goes 10 days out or something. It's just wet. But, that's a norm this time of year. It's just the way it is, the way of the world. But anyway, let's roll out, head to the Southland. Hey there, little chirp birdie. You come in doing little close-ups for us? Thanks for the visit. All right, we're off. 41 degrees, exactly the same as at home. That's weird. Temperature never changed. That was not a fun drive to work.
That was nasty as all get out.
Yeah, that was a total whiteout. Got a couple of good old hydroplanes.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Some sketchiness.
Yeah. Just pray it's not that way going home tonight when it's dark.
Yeah.
On a Friday night, everybody's out and trying to go somewhere, and that can be one of them 4 to 6 hour drives home.
Yeah.
That thing scared the heck out of me.
Yeah,
not to mention the horror of being stuck in your car for that long.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not good. Just a simple thing. What if you got to go to the bathroom? You are stuck.
Yeah.
Not a good thing. But
it is Friday, and
you're shaking. You're sitting there shaking your knee the whole camera.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I was going with that. Speaking of having to go to the bathroom.
Oh, all right. Let's roll in there, Mama. Let's get our Friday rolling.
All right.
All right. Have a good day there, Mama.
You too.
All right. Love you. See you. Bye. Bye now.
Bye.
So I get in, first thing, I get the RO number and everything for this bike to see, if because there was one available. I need to make sure that tool is coming. Said Kelly looked the thing up. She goes, it's not even ordered yet. So the service director, because we're under orders, not, can't order anything, but we can get certain things like special tools. Anyway, so it never got ordered. So I just got with him. He's doing it now. So it's really risky. There's only one available. You know how that goes. If there's one, there's a good chance you won't find it. It's like looking at Home Depot for something you need, and they go, limited quantity on hand. That essentially means it's not there. But anyway, fingers crossed on that. But I got my. I don't have an oil filter wrench for the Pan America. Well, it's a 74 millimeter, Hexon or whatever you call it. And I think a 75 might fit a little better. Because we have a 74. And to show you how uncommon this thing is, look, it's a Longview Motorsports. I mean, that goes way back. I mean, the Longview store has been around for 10 years. That's crazy that much time has gone by. That just boggles my mind. It just seems like it was no time ago at all that we closed that store and everything came here. I don't know. That just, how time flies by just absolutely amazes me sometimes. But anyway, I'll take this thing out. I'll show you. It does fit, but man, it's tight. If the filter's dirty, you're gonna have a hard time getting that thing off. But over time. But how often am I going to be changing my Pan America filter? It's not going to get a lot of use like a shop one. It's funny how these things are under so many different names, and it's literally the same stamp. The name and stuff on the inside is always different, and the part number, but it's the same stamp piece of steel. They're always the same. Like the ones I have here, none of mine fit. That's Honda stuff. That's a Suzuki kind of unique one. And this will fit BMWs and Harleys. This is a 76, I think it was. Can't read the thing. Yeah, 76 millimeter. So it just rattles across the filter. But I'll pop this thing off and I'll put it on. It's tight. I forgot this app has a pause filter. I keep forgetting to use that. But it does fit. But you can see I have to push the thing on. I mean, it's going to be a good solid fit. But I can't get it off with one hand. Maybe I can. I think I got it going. I went, yep. Yeah, so I guess that's the right one. Better tight than loose, because you get a snug filter, which I'll never have one on my own bike with a snug filter, but customers doing their own, man, it's the nuttiest things. You know, if nothing else, you know, put them on by hand, and usually 11 Newton meters is a perfect one on all filters. Or, you know, you got ones that say, you know, till it touches a half turn, quarter turn, 3/4 turn. It's better just to torque them. Make sure you use fresh oil on that seal, and make sure your surface area, obviously, on your bike is very clean. But there we go. I got a Pan America oil filter wrench. Probably never fit anything else. I don't know the Royal Enfield, but it's on my GT650. It's so exposed, it's really easy to get off with just about anything. So I didn't worry about it on it. And all I got is Harleys and one Royal Enfield that have a spin-on filter. So it'd be nice if that ends up fitting the Royal Enfield ones as well, which is also a Molly filter. I like when people use good quality stuff on things. But anyway, cool beans. I'll let you know when I find out. He'll get in touch with me. We have a store meeting here in about 9 minutes. I need to get up there. Well, that's a pretty cool little meeting there. There's a couple of our office gals, excuse me, upstairs. Like, well, I guess that'd be the third floor from me down here. Celebrating 10 years at Pro Caliber. It's kind of cool. Got one gal going out to do a different career, and one of the gals is taking her spot as the admin. That'll be kind of cool. People moving up. They try to move up within the company. Always. Like we get things, I get like almost daily job posting things, you know, where there's so many people in all of Hannah, you know, Incorporated. All those car dealers, and they're all over the place, you know, in Oregon, here in Washington, but yeah, anyway, so they try to hire within. And so when you got good people, you hang on to the good people. That's always a smart thing to do, grow within. And but anyway, got the special tool ordered. The one and only was available. He got it. And it should be here first part of the week. It's coming out of Nazareth here in the States. And there was, I forget how many, there was 33 or 36 of them available in Germany. So worst case scenario, you know, be a week or two to get that. But we got the one and only one that was here in the States. So I can safely start taking this thing apart. Step by step by step. First order of business. One, I got to get that trunk out from underneath there. I think I'm going to take this as a box that lower... Oh, I never did show you this. You've probably been seeing it in the background. That's what the colored piece looks like. On the bottom there. Had some cracks and stuff in it. It wasn't just the scratches. I would actually ask the customer if he's okay with the scratches. You can't see them. Like now, you can't see them. But anyway, I just got all the bags and all that stuff came in. But I think I'm going to take this box. Works great. All them big panels. Great for doing stuff in your shop. I love just having a big old piece of cardboard to throw on the ground. And you can make, chain lubing guards and stuff out of them. I like not making a mess when I'm lubing the chain. Here's what's left of that skid pan. Them things will take a beating like no other, but going across boulders and stuff was just a little more than it can handle. But it did it, you know. It protected the tub. The tub was not damaged. So they do their job, do them well. These are all the stuff for the champagne one over there. And I need to make sure this is both of those radiator fans, so I only used one of them. And I've got two. That's the two for that one. And I even went over there and double checked that one. And all four of the little nipples that go into the lower frame that holds them, they're just broke clean off. So anyway, but I gotta find a place to put all this, because I'll need the whole table. Because even though I'm just taking the front and the rear off of this thing, I like to be organized, and it takes a lot of room to do that. So the teardown begins. The tank and stuff's got to come out. You can actually leave the air box on and disconnect the manifolds and just leave the throttle bodies hanging on the air box. It's quite a job. Pays a good amount of. It's a big job. Just going by the hours alone, it's a big job. But I need to get the skid pan and stuff off of there, and get the oil and stuff drained out of it, coolant drained out of it. As much of that as I can get done while it's still in the chassis. Need to get the drive shaft out of it. I'm just going to knock the drive shaft out because it's got to get replaced anyway. And then I'll just put bolt the arm back up temporarily so that it can be mobile. So when I get the motor out, you know, I'll have it in a state. If something comes in, something's bound to come in, I'll have my rack. So I have all the engine working stuff over here and the rack free. Just drop her out, slide her out, plop the engine over here, and go at her. Got to rag up really good underneath it because, you know, these things hold 4 quarts, but I bet you the full capacity is over 5. If you were to spill a pint, even a half pint of oil on this bench, you'd be surprised if you filled the cup of a spray bottle up and just poured that on the ground. You'd be surprised the massive circle of oil that produces. You get people take pictures, you know, their bike, whatever, you know, it's got a leak. It goes, look at the how much oil. It goes, it's not even safe to run. You know, it'll be about a 2-foot circle. I said, check your oil, you're all right. It spreads wide and far. Very small amounts. But this will be the last official, like I say, unless it's a sales bike, you know, throwing an accessory on or something of that nature, resetting it on the computer, because the diagnostic will still work until January 31st. So, you know, we'll have to set that up. Because when we put it together, you have to run it through the computer. You gotta initialize everything. You can still do that. But there's one 1300 GSA that I think it's on its way. It's en route, and I'm pretty sure I'll be putting that together and setting it up. And anybody else takes advantage of some smoking deals on BMWs. I think we even have like 1 or 2 1250 GSAs. I've seen some people say that they prefer the 1250. You only prefer it because you haven't ridden a 1300. It is, I mean, clearly the next evolution. It is like a huge, it's not like a subtle model change. It is from the ground up different. And the nice thing is, you've had a year now with the 1300, or over a year, So any quirks or weirdness, they got them sorted out. The GSA is just bigger tank and stuff on it. So there's no longer a first year run. But those things. Yeah, it's amazing. When I rode that 1300, I mean, what I do, it's about a mile, that little ride I take, the little parking lot ride. Dude, it's like next level. The 1300s already. I've ridden enough of them that I'm used to the different sounds it makes. If you're been a water boxer or K5X rider for years, it's shocking. It's a different sound. And even though the Shift Assist Pro works just like glue, and of course I haven't only ridden one that was brand new. I haven't ridden one after the first service, because I know that the ones that I've taken after I do that 600 mile or 621 mile, 1,000 kilometers, do that first service, it's a different bike. That's yeah, the non-braking oil is in there. Mm-hmm. There's nothing official saying there's anything different in there, but I've had some talks with people. So yeah, you change the oil in that first service, and magically everything's a lot different. Motor's quieter, it shifts smoother. Yeah, it's the same bottle that you put in. There's no special oil put in there for break-in. But officially, all documentation says that's what it is. But yeah, I'll just leave it at that. But that's one of the reasons, like BRP, BMW, don't do your service early. They want that first service. The 1330s at 3,000, these at 1,000 kilometers. But or 621 miles. People come in with 200 and something miles on there, and I'm like, dude, you're not doing justice to this motor. Let that oil in there for the period they want it in. It's weird to even BMW uses that little R9T or K1600 filter in there for the first service. That's what they come with, and it says do not reuse that filter. I'm like, what does all that mean, But anyway, little down up there, we had that little meeting. Somebody must be a cat lover, because I mean, within seconds, I had a massive hay fever attack. If you notice my nasally voice. But let's dive in. Unfortunately, I can't set up a camera and let you guys see what I do. I'm not allowed to do that here. The lawyers say no, big no. So I can take one home. It can even be one of the store's bikes, and I can take it home, but I cannot, and I can show you, like I've done oil changes and piddly things at home with the Spyders and I think the GSAs over the past, but yeah, I can't show that here at work. I get it. People are crazy. I mean, literally crazy. So that's kind of the things you got to do. Keep the crazies at bay. Need any ammunition, But anyway, let's get at her. I think I've said that like 3 times now. Let's officially get at her. Perfect example. What I was talking about. The filters on these things. I mean, that thing was welded on. I probably 50, 60 foot-pounds of torque to break that thing loose. Welded on. It's 11 Newton meters. And the oil's green. That is not BMW. It's coming out of there like 50 weight. It's just syrupy as heck. One thing I've found over the years of doing this, whenever there's some weird anomaly engine-wise that doesn't have the BMW oil in there, there's a wetness all around. But it seems to all be coming around the oil filter area. So you might have tightened it so much that it wasn't sealing right. See how wet that is around there? But such is life. People gotta learn the hard way. Everybody thinks it's some kind of a, thing to get you to spend money on BMW stuff. There's two bikes and a KTM Motor X. If you don't run Motor X and a KTM, you're asking for it. BMWs, they're BMW oil. BRPs, they're Can-Am oil. It's not like it's not readily available. And if you bought something that you have no access to a dealer to get in your stuff, and you get all this stuff online, but if you have no access to stuff, what are you doing buying something that you can't get parts for it? That's pretty risky. Well, here's another risky thing here too. That is the overflow for his coolant literally riding on his exhaust. That's supposed to be tucked in there a different way. Well, she's all gonna get undone now. You can literally, coolant can catch on fire. I know a state patrol officer that's living proof of coolant can catch on fire. And it's not pretty. I can imagine what's so special that tool is required to take that Shift Assist Pro off of there. One thing's for sure, I'm gonna find out. So he's got the drain. Interesting, he's got the drain. So maybe it's just at the mileage, but he's definitely getting a drive shaft. And so at least I don't have to drain the hole in it. But yeah, I don't know what is that green color? Is that Motoil or something like something's green? I forget what it is. But whatever it is, the viscosity does not seem to be right. I mean, it comes out of there just like literally like it's a 50 weight or a straight weight oil. Dude, that's probably why it stripped the reduction gears out in this thing. That's a lot. These starter motors are crazy strong. And yeah, you have resistance like that. Remember I was telling you about the check valve in your oil filter? It does have a BMW oil filter on there. It's just grotesquely over torqued. Like crazy over torqued. But yeah, he's when you fire this thing up, it's with that thick oil, it is not going through the filter. Very little of it is. It's going to take a bit to warm that oil up in this thing. And while that's going on, it's going right through an unfiltered check valve. That thing just opens up and says, nope, doesn't go through the media, so I'm just going to push whatever dirt's in here right on through. But anyway, live and learn, I guess. But good thing has a service contract on this thing, because this would be grotesquely expensive. And this is the very first one I've ever seen the starter go, or those reduction gears go out. And there's a whole lot of these water boxers come through here. A whole ton of them. Never seen this. It's just like it's stripped out the loudest sound you've ever heard. Holy moly. And it does not turn the engine over. So, yeah. Hopefully they know better next time. I'll leave lots of notes for the guy to see. Alrighty. Well, I can tell you right now, this is going to be a barrel of monkeys. I probably spent close to half an hour trying to get this shield off, because I have to get the flapper valve for the exhaust. I need to get that out of the way. I guess I got to drug it out with it on there, but I get muffler off. Anyway, this clip nut and screw that goes through looks similar to this. That's what's left of it. When these things get stuck, it snaps these clip nuts in half. It breaks them. So this is what it should. I just pulled this out of my little bin over there. That's what that should look like. It should come out like this. Top one's the same way. So it was a matter of wedging something in there to hold what piece I could grab of this, and just put a T25 and just sit there and go finally soaking it with PB Blaster. Finally she broke free and came out. everything has been ridden hard and put away wet. So I can imagine, and these aftermarket engine guard things are all bent to pieces. When they come off, they're just boing. I'll never get them back on. Literally, I will never get them back on. They're so bent that I don't have stuff to bend these things back. So it's just going to spring off. And, they put this, subpar hardware in these things, and that's what you get. Just rusted up junk. And it's got a big collar that was welded on this one side where it bolts. Just not an aftermarket fan of stuff like that. Or at least, take it home, thoroughly wash it and dry it, Don't leave the mud and grunge in there. But stuff like this, you're not going to see it in there. You'd literally have to take it apart, or when you go together, grease it up real well. That's actually a motor mount at the top here, so I'm leaving that in for now. Jeez. Pretty much, it's not a whole lot. You got the mount here, the mount there, and the fun part is your suspension is going through the top of the case there for the front suspension. This is all just a whole bunch of joy. But anyway, we'll all sort out. It's got a good amount of time, but I will lose my butt on it. I can tell by I was lucky to get the exhaust off. It was so welded on there. First world problems. All right. Well, hello there, YouTube. Man, was that one wet, nasty, horrifying ride home.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
I'm a nervous wreck now.
Yeah.
Because it's so stressful. You stress to see.
Man.
Oh.
It was crazy. You couldn't see nothing. You're just at the mercy of following the taillights of the person that's ahead of you and pray nothing weird happens,
Yeah.
But we made it home safe. And now look at it, it's barely sprinkling.
Yeah.
It was pouring. Wow. The windshield wipers just
It's just
hauling
right
butt.
out there.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, nice and warm in here. It's going to be cold out there.
I know.
I need to pay attention what the temperature was.
Yeah.
44. That's not bad.
No. A lot better than the 30s.
Yeah. Well, I think with that, we're going to roll out and start our weekend. Probably go take a nap after the stress of driving to that.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And you guys have an amazing Saturday or Sunday.
Heck yeah. All right. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you in the morning.
All right. Thanks for watching now. Bye-bye.